their own 13-yard line.
He'll give it to Henry, right side, big hole. He will go all the way! Henry having a night so far.
The Bills have had no answer.
The dominating 21-3 first half performance.
Here in the third, it's first and goal Buffalo as Allen makes a huge off-script play. Early answer in the third quarter.
11:23 to play in the ball game, and the Ravens are closing in on closing it out.
Your final here in Baltimore, Ravens 35, Bills 10.
Oh, I can't wait for this one. Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson. This might be the matchup of the year. Shannon, Sharpe, who's the biggest key in this one?
Well, I mean, this is two outstanding offenses led by two very outstanding quarterbacks. Good defenses. You got to defend every blade of grass because each quarterback can make you play with his arm outside of the pocket and can make you play with his leg. They have very good different types of running games. Derrick Henry, we know who and what he is. James Cook has had an outstanding season. But when it comes down to this, it's always going to be the turnover battle that's going to decide the game. But for me, I think it's Derrick Henry. This is why you brought Derrick Henry in, to go on the road in a very inclement weather type of ball game. We saw what he did last time, 199 yards rushing, make Lamar Jackson's job a lot easier. Lamar Jackson makes his job a lot easier. But for me, I think it's going to be Derrick Henry. This is why you go out and get a big bruising back like a Derrick Henry that can take the load over, can take the game. You get in a close ball game, late ball game, Fox and Stephen A., you're not getting the ball back. Derrick Henry, run us to a victory. I think it's going to be Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I feel like you might be just overcomplicating it a little bit. It's coming down to Josh Allen, man. It's Josh Allen because the last time they played, Josh Allen was able to create a couple explosive plays. He's going to have to create a lot of explosive plays because I don't see how this defense, even though they're pretty good, how this defense stops this Ravens offense. Josh Allen is going to have to put up big numbers. They can't run the conservative offense that they ran this previous week. Josh is going to have to make those plays like the one we saw in that Ravens game when he's on the sideline jumping out of bounds, throwing big touchdowns. I think that this team is going to need a big, big game out of Josh Allen in order to contend with Lamar and the Ravens. So, yeah, that's the answer.
Fellas, probably right. It's just that this name is on my mind, so I'm going to throw it out at y'all. James Cook. He's a 1,000-yard rusher. He's averaged 4.9 yards per carry this season. If he runs the football effectively, it changes a lot of things up. It makes Josh Allen even more lethal, not to mention the fact that chances are you assist in keeping the Baltimore Ravens offense off the field. Yeah. I'm just looking at it like that. Yeah. It's not that I think you can say the same thing about Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry's obvious. You could say what you could say about Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. That's obvious. When I'm thinking about a biggest key, I'm thinking about a wild card. And I'm thinking, what if James Cook comes out there and he runs the football effectively? What that would do for the Buffalo Bills. I'm just saying.
Yeah. We got to leave it there. Baltimore is
wild card, I'm thinking Todd Monken.
In Buffalo.
Ooh.
Okay, good deal. We'll keep Ryan.
Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson is top billing now. These are the MVP finalists.
Right.
Now, Lamar's going to win it.
Lamar's going to win it.
Lamar's the first-team All-Pro quarterback.
Yeah, that tells it all.
Saquon Barkley didn't break the single-season record. Lamar Jackson's going to be MVP. Bless you again.
Excuse me, sorry.
But it's the top two guys. And, you know, the Bills players are salty because Josh Allen wasn't the first-team All-Pro, and they're salty about Deion Dock. They're salty about this. That's good. Whatever it takes to get you fully motivated. But, man, they should be salty that they got their asses kicked in Week 4 by the Ravens. They get a chance to avenge it. I mean, they're all going to be exciting games this weekend. But what a way to finish it with Bills hosting the Ravens.
Yeah, it's my favorite weekend of the year. It's a Clash of the Titans type matchup with those two at quarterback. Clearly the two best quarterbacks in football this year. They can do everything, right? I don't know if we've really seen two quarterbacks go through this type of MVP race where they just do so many special things on a weekly basis. I understand the Bills, they love Josh Allen. So they're going to be a little feisty about this. They know what's going on. They got to be feisty too because of like what you said. One, I mean, hey, yeah, they got their butts kicked early in the year, but this time it is at home, and Buffalo's playing a different brand of football, certainly. And that's going to be the big thing. The big thing is going to be Buffalo's defense in this matchup. And that's where there's going to be a little pressure on Josh Allen and I think the offense to kind of hold down the fort in this football game, whether it's to chew up the clock or him just having to make plays to keep it going and keep pace with the Baltimore Ravens and all that. But they're equipped to do that. I think that's the big thing. The Bills can do that this year because of their O-line and some of the receivers. They're a little more dangerous than other years that we've seen them in the playoffs.
So they get the 31-7. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
The other thing, too, is, like, here's what I'm sick of. Now, both of these guys are fighting playoff, right, like stigmas of they can't win big games and all of that. Right. First off, these guys are their first ballot Hall of Famer type talents. Yeah, Lamar's got to win some more games in the playoff. The other thing, though, is like Josh Allen has been one of the greatest playoff quarterbacks we've ever seen. I know he hasn't won football, like hasn't gotten to the Super Bowl.
4th and 1 play. Have we shown that 4th and 1 play yet?
Yeah, no, I don't think we have yet.
Yeah.
But and his statistics back that up. Now, he lost to Kansas City. Kansas City's special. Yeah. There's a lot of teams that lose to Kansas City.
Lamar Jackson lost to Kansas City.
Exactly right.
It's the Chiefs.
It's the Chiefs.
And the Chiefs got lucky this year. We talked about this at some point during the season. If the Chiefs are lucky, the Ravens and Bills will face each other, and the Chiefs won't have to play both of them.
Exactly right. They only got to deal with one of them. And so there's that aspect. There's been one game where Buffalo and Josh Allen laid an egg in their playoff life, and that was the Cincinnati game at home in snow where the Bengals outclassed them. It wasn't on Josh Allen, so that's where I don't love that. And, of course, hey, Lamar Jackson, it's a little bit of the same thing, so that's where it's going to be incredible to see these two guys kind of fight these narratives here in this one.
Josh Allen, that 4th and 1 play, when it just, like every other quarterback except maybe Mahomes, this is a disaster. He's rolling. It's like, oh no.
It's
He's got
Mahomes
nothing.
And Lamar.
He's got nothing. He's buying time.
Right.
And this is just throw it up for grabs and hope it works. And holy crap, it did. And what a catch by Ty Johnson.
Seriously.
To keep his feet up, I think it was, like, if I'm officiating this fresh, I'm going to say he's out.
Yeah.
But it wasn't clear and obvious to overturn the ruling on the field.
I know. It was running backs. Again, this is different when a running back makes this kind of play. It's one thing for a receiver. This is not what running backs do. That's why they have the word running on their, position. But you said it right. I mean, the play itself, it's 4th and 1. The Broncos played the perfect defense. If you saw the whole play, you just got to trust me. Nobody is open. It is on lockdown. But it's Allen, it's Mahomes, it's Lamar. Those three guys in those moments, you can call the perfect defense and still they could get a 30-yard game. That's how special they are. And this, 45 yards kind of off his back foot and then lays it there just nicely so the running back can catch it, doesn't throw something hard, laser-like, right? That was the backbreaker for the Denver Broncos.
And I think one of the things that gave him more time to find Ty Johnson in the back of the end zone was that fear that if
he's about to take off and run.
If we're going to try to close in on him, he's going to run by us and he's going to score a touchdown.
So let's try to contain him, but then he sits there and goes, I'll just sit here until you make a move, or I'll wait. And that's where Mahomes and Allen and Lamar are so tough to defend, and we're seeing Jayden Daniels get like that as well.
Here's Josh Allen and Bills coach Sean McDermott on the challenge of facing the Baltimore Ravens.
Again, we're going to need to get our rest this week, and we got a really, really good Baltimore Ravens team coming here. They put the thumping on us earlier in the year, and we know that, we understand that. So, again, it's the most important game because it's the next one.
Yeah, I mean, this is what everyone's been waiting for, right? So, it'll be a nice week, and everyone will be looking forward to it. And they're a great football team, right? I mean, they handled us pretty good the first go around, and they're certainly playing well coached. John's won a Super Bowl and comes from great pedigree, so it'll be a big challenge for us.
Oh, it'll be a big challenge, and it'll be fun to watch. Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen with all the storylines, all the drama, maybe some snow if we get lucky. Not enough that it affects the game.
I'm glad you said it. I'd like to see a little snow for the effect on TV. I don't want it to where now Lamar's slipping or Josh is slipping, right, when they make moves, or we're seeing, here goes Zay Flowers if he's